Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Top Rope TV. I am your host with the most, Shameless O'Reilly, and we got one hell of an episode for you guys tonight with their feature event being an interview with Abdullah, the Butcher himself. But first, let's get back to the continuation of those two marks on the short segment. Well, you guys are both wrong, seeing as one, CM Punk wasn't even in the Royal Rumble, and two, R-Truth, he didn't even make it to the ring. Nia Jax took him out, Seth Rollins won, so both you marks are wrong, you both lose. But anyways, a brief word from our sponsor.
Slay the day, baby.
Dragon Slayer Warrior Wear. Slay the day.
Okay, folks, let's get right to this week's match of the night from AWA over in the UK. So let's get right to it.
Welcome everyone to AWA, the Affiliated Wrestling Alliance. My name is Dick Witherspoon, bringing you the action right here from Waverley Sports and Social Club. This is World Fighting Showcase Britannia, Match 1, coming to you right now. It's Doink the Clown, the legendary American Clown Prince of Professional Wrestling, jumping in the ring for match number 1 here this evening. No matter where you're watching us across the AWA network, thanks for joining us. We will be here each and every Friday. Be sure to join us no matter where you're watching us. Doink the Clown's opponent coming to the ring, Dan Stryker, the Cannock Crusher, very popular here in the Waverley area. This one fall, 15-minute time limit. We'll be back right after these words with our first match here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia on the AWA network. It's in the ring for this one fall, 15-minute time limit. The man with the green hair, Doink the Clown, the legendary American wrestler, taking on the Cannock Crusher, Dan Stryker. Referee, Mr. X, the star of the 1960s and 70s. Still gets in the ring occasionally. Looking for a test of strength. In the early guns of this one, Dan Stryker asking the ringside sitters if he should.
Known for these mind games.
Doink being the Clown, double finger interlock. Very evenly matched, these two. But it's the Clown with the advantage in the early going. Nice bridge from Dan Stryker. But a boot to the midsection from the Clown Prince of Professional Wrestling. And a big illegal right hand to the side of the head of Stryker. From rope to rope we go. And a big elbow from the legendary Doink the Clown. Seen action all over the world as this man. But Dan Stryker is a legend right here in the Wire Forest area. On drag from Stryker. A second one Will we see 3? It's the scoop and the slam from Dan Stryker. And it's Doink the Clown taking a walk on the outside. Dan Stryker was the last ever HCW World Heavyweight Champion before the promotion was taken over by Thomas J. Curtis. Now, of course, back under the ownership of Petey Crockett here in the Affiliated Wrestling Alliance. Dan Stryker, Doink the Clown, taking it to the floor. Stryker bringing him back to ringside. Head off the apron of the ring. Is it going to be a suplex here on the outside? Scoop. Stryker took his time a little bit there, and the Clown had the savvy just to push him away. And the forehead of Dan Stryker goes straight into the corner post. These two men need to keep a close eye on the count from referee Mr. X. Important match for both of these two. Both will certainly want to be in the contention for the current AWA World Heavyweight Championship that we saw crowned just last weekend. Anybody that joined us at the Civic Hall in Stourport for Rumblemania 22, thanks for joining us. And thanks for joining us here on TV, no matter where you're watching us across the AWA network. The Clown with the advantage now. Drives the right hand into the temple. Shot to the back of the neck. Making him humble now with an Iron Sheik-like camel clutch. Really wrenching the neck of the young man from Cannican, Staffordshire. Elbows to the midsection, and the clothesline takes Stryker down. Coming up to the 5-minute mark in this one. 15-minute time limit, just one fall required, and it's a 2 count from referee Mr. X.
It's going to take a lot more to put away.
Again with the right hands.
2018.
Choke right in front of the referee.
To the dirty tactics that he's known for, just choking out.
Doug knows the rules. He's breaking. Right on that count of 4. He's got 5, and he's taking full advantage of that 5.
Remember, and Doug will use as much of that as humanly possible.
Stryker trying to get back to his feet, but pushed right over that middle rope. Once again, the Clown using the referee's 5 count. Mr. X is only going to take so much of this. We've seen him disqualify people for continually breaking the rules. Hobbling around a little bit as the Clown. I don't know whether the earlier slam hurt him. Rear chin lock applied now. Slowing things right down. Dan Stryker, a very fast heavyweight. So he knows that if he slows the action down, he's taking Stryker out of his comfort zone.
Excellent tactics here by Doug the Clown.
Asking for the fans at ringside to give him assistance. Duck in the clothesline and a neck breaker. Down goes the Clown. Here we go now. Stryker takes him down second time, 3 in a row. Big forearm shiver. Knee, could it be the Bulldog? Yes, it is. Just the 2. I thought that could be it. Stryker is giving Doink the Clown all he's got here. But he's taking some punishment in the first 7 minutes or so of this contest. Drop toe hold. The STF submission is applied. Really wrenching the face of the Clown with the leg locked in. There's nowhere for Doink the Clown to go. Reached for the ropes just about, he does. The 6'3" frame of Doink the Clown certainly helped there.
The Clown using his height to his advantage.
Pulled back to his feet. Shot to the midsection from the Clown.
Right hand right to the midsection.
Fighting back, striker. Up on the shoulders. This is the Canuck Crush, and if he hits this, it's all over. We have a winner, the man from Canuck in Staffordshire.
Okay, folks, it is a moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, the other week at the Bruiser Brody Cup, I had the honor and the privilege to interview a wrestling great being Abdullah the Butcher. And it was an honor and a privilege to interview him. And anyways, without further ado, let's get right to that interview. Yo, this is Shameless O'Reilly right here with Top Rope TV's O'Reilly exclusive. I'm here with Abdullah the Butcher. How are you doing today, Abdullah?
Very good, sir.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, and it's a pleasure to have someone from the WWE Hall of Fame. Can you tell the wrestling fans?
Wait a minute. You have a lot of good wrestlers here. You got a lot of top wrestlers, top guys, big guys.
Okay.
In the wrestling business, it's got to be like a carnival or a circus. Mm-hmm. You can't have the same guys with muscles and stuff. You understand?
Okay.
And if you ask Bobby Fulton, he will tell you, Stan Hansen,
Okay.
they got some good big guys here working.
Okay.
And they're professionals. Mm-hmm. You could take all these guys here to Tokyo, San Juan, Puerto Rico, all over Australia and everything, and they could draw a lot of money.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, now, how'd you get your start in the wrestling business, anyways?
How did I get my start? I was teaching a karate for Bert Ruby, and Jack Britton was the main one who got me into the business. Okay. Him and Gino Brito. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Now, do you have any inspirations that got you into the business at all?
Well, I knew this guy. I don't want to say it, but Bobby Fulton, you know, I mean, we've been friends for many, many, many years. And I used to look at him wrestle and stuff like that, and I liked the way he wrestled. He had a partner and stuff like that. He's been to Japan with me many times, and that's it.
Do you have any memorable matches at all in your career that stick out to you?
I had a lot of matches with Bruiser Brody, the Real Sheik, you understand? Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, all of them. I wrestled everybody. I've been in the business 50-something years.
Okay. All right. Now, what advice would you give to somebody that's just coming into the wrestling business, that's learning?
Well, the guys who they got here now, in my opinion, Bobby, would you just holler out something? These are good top guys here. You could take them any place and draw money with them. You got big guys. Every time you go to a wrestling match, you see what? You see guys doing the same thing, same routine, same bumps, same everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's different now.
Now, how do you like? What would you say? Like you think about the wrestling business now, like with WWE and the indie circuit.
Look, I don't talk about none of the boys who are in the business. They're trying to make a living. You understand? Okay. But the guys, what I see here, and Stan Hansen said the same thing, Eddie said the same thing, and Bobby Fulton said the same thing. These guys here, you can take any place, and draw money with them because they look good.
All right. Okay. Now, do you have anything else you'd like to add at all? Like, what have you been doing lately with yourself?
Well, I'm waiting for to get my hip replacement. I'm getting ready to go to Tokyo on February the 16th. I'm going to retire over there and with Giant Bob, who's been dead for 25 years. No, 20 years. And I'm going to retire over there. But as soon as I get my hip done, I'll be back.
Okay. Now, you're gonna have any final matches at all, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? I'm on my way out? Huh? If Bobby Fulton can keep going, why can't I keep going? If Stan Hansen can keep going, why can't I keep going?
Absolutely, more power to you, bro. I've been following you forever, and honestly, like I look up to you. I look up to you.
Tell the truth.
I look up to you. I know you could do it. You could do anything that you put your mind to.
I'm going to. But all these guys who are here, all these guys who are here, and even this man here, he's seen a lot of guys. But you big guys here, believe me when I tell you this, you guys can go any place because you know how to produce and you're not doing the same thing over and over and over. And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on the show, and
Me and Stan Hansen, maybe Bobby Fulton, and this little guy here. You understand? Yeah. He used to be my manager, and the doctor here, Stan Hansen. We're going to see if we can get these guys into Japan.
Yeah, that would be cool, man.
Yeah, if they get into Japan, then they won't know how to act to be like Bobby Fulton and Abdullah the Butcher and Stan Hansen.
Awesome,
and
man.
This guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Come here.
Yeah, come on in, man.
Come here.
Come on in.
Come on, Bobby. Come in there.
Come on in. We don't bite.
Come on.
Come on,
Bruiser
Barbara.
Brody's wife, come on in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? This is the only lady who brings a few books to sell. And she sells out real fast. And I said, where's the rest of your books at? You know what she says? Oh, I didn't bring that many, right? And I started looking around. I said, you know, Brody's someplace around here. Saying, Abdullah, tell her something. Right? So that's it.
Awesome, man. Thanks for joining us on the show, man. Much
Okay, so you got
much
it.
respect.
Let me see your hand. You're good.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, man.
See this here, you're good. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Huh? You like that? Don't you like
Yeah,
pain?
man.
I love
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah, love it.
Eddie, come here, Eddie, come here. Come here, Eddie. This guy here, this is Eddie.
Fast Eddie, Puerto Rico.
Puerto
How's it
Rico.
going, bro?
All right, bro.
Good, man.
He was the promoter over there. He's got a lot of tapes. He's got a lot of everything.
Okay.
And this guy is really in.
You do right thing.
Good.
Awesome.
Big guys, come here. Let me say something to you. These guys look good, don't they?
You look great.
You guys produce. When I say produce, you understand? You guys got some heavy shit. You understand? If you keep doing it, but you got to go to different areas.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So if I can, if you can give some pictures, addresses,
Yes, sir.
I'm leaving for Tokyo on February the 16th. I can take them there and pass them out. If you got a tape, I can give it to those guys over there. Because I'm a retiring in Japan.
That's awesome.
I've been there 50 years.
Awesome.
I'm 78.
I'd love to go back there with you too. I remember we went to the place and there was he had an open bar. We went in there and they said Abdullah doesn't have a tab in here. You guys all night, and then when he got ready to leave, he does his own thing. All of a sudden he disappears. And the waitress came over to me and she said, "You were with Mr. Abdullah the rest of the evening. You don't have to worry about, there is no tab. Enjoy yourself. You're a guest of Mr. Abdullah."
But the best one, listen to this here, the best one. I was in there eating a Kobe beef steak.
I can't
Stay here.
I can't stay.
I was eating a Kobe beef steak, right? And the mafia guys, they paid for my, thing. It's $350. So JJ, he comes in, right? And he sits down. He says, "Oh, that steak's good." And
I'm
I
looking
said,
at the menu, and I'm looking at steaks, and the most expensive steak on the menu was like 3,000 yen. And I looked at Abdullah. Abdullah had a steak hanging off the plate. I said, well, this must be the 3,000 yen steak. So instead of saying, I'll take that, I said, I'll have what Mr. Abdullah is having. So they brought out a steak like his hanging off the plate, and a few minutes later they brought me the bill. It was like 12,000 yen, like $400.
Wow. You know what he done? What? He looked at me like this.
You got me.
Wow. He said, you got me.
Yep.
And
I
then
never forgot it.
what he done, he took
did it to myself.
He took the bill and went like this. Nice, but those are good days though. But
If I don't see you, bless you.
all right, sir. Take care of yourself. Be careful. All right, you got it. These guys here, and you know it.
Yeah.
These guys produce. Did you see the guy take the fork
Yeah, I saw it.
in his head?
Yeah, it was good. Pretty. Yeah, it was.
The people went crazy.
Yeah.
If he'd have been any place, they'd have went insane for what he done, sticking the fork in his head. This guy here is great. Okay. All right. Bobby Fulton. Where's my manager? Dylan. You want to say something or what?
You say something, bro?
This guy right here, every Hall of Fame. If it is a Hall of Fame, this guy right here is in it. I'm just saying, one of the greatest of all time. It's the truth.
But that's why he gives me a hard time, and you know, I don't want to say nothing bad about him. But one day, I got to whoop his ass. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Anything else you want?
That was great, man. Thank you.
Get the fork out, Butcher. Get the fork. It's in your jacket.
Yeah.
Get your fork. Stab him. Get your fork.
These guys here, Bobby Fulton, Stan Hansen, and myself, we're going to try to get these guys in Japan
Okay.
because these guys are good. You understand? Because
awesome.
they don't do the same bullshit. They look good, real good. Gentlemen,
Thank you, sir.
like you see it, you guys got it. Take care.
And that was Abdullah, the Butcher, a true legend in the wrestling business. And truly, it was an honor and a privilege for me to get to interview him. Abdullah, the Butcher, is a true legend in the wrestling business. 78 years old, and he's talking about getting back in the ring again. And honestly, I've the utmost respect for him. He has done a lot in the wrestling business, and he has paved the way for those to come after him. And I give him all the respect in the world, and I wish him all the best. I could tell he's got a lot of passion for it, and I just want to thank him again for doing this interview with me, for taking the time out of his schedule, and for allowing me to do the interview. And anyways, folks, that's all the time that we have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow, that's right, tomorrow, the last couple weeks, I've been promoting for the MLW show at the 2300 Arena, which is the old ECW arena in South Philly. And tomorrow's it, folks. Tomorrow is that show. So I'm going to put up the flyers at the end. Make sure you come on out. We're going to have plenty of amazing talent there, such as Tommy Dreamer and Brian Pillman Jr. to start off with. And anyways, folks, hope to see you guys all out there. And stay tuned for next week. I got a whole bunch more interviews for you guys from the Bruiser Brody Cup. Followed by the week after that, interviews I got from the MLW show. So until next time, keep your wrestling in a headlock. I'll catch you next time on Top Rope TV.